Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony for Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Batman? It's Batman, but it's also kinda Superman. Which is what really bugs me, because this is by far, without a doubt, the best Batman figure Todd has released. Ever, at all total. It's really good compared to every other Batman figure, but it's also kinda not Batman. So that's just, the anti-Superman person in me just I can't abide, but also it's a really cool figure, so I guess I have to. So let's go ahead and get it off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 7¼ inches, not counting the ears. And that's going to make him roughly 18½ centimeters. And now it's time for the question of the day. This is one of those good old classic nerd questions. Who wins in a fight? Batman or Superman? I'm sure some of you are going to argue very fervently, is that the right word? I think so, for Superman. And others are going to argue for Batman, and that's why I asked it. The more activity in the comment section, the better for me. Okay, so this Batman is basically like if they took the Batman and Superman storylines and mixed them, and it's like an alternate character. And I just found out that the cape is a big lump of plastic right here. Don't like that. Okay, so let's talk about the aesthetic on this guy. Proportionally speaking, it's about as good as you could hope for. It's really, really good. The legs are much longer in the thigh than they used to be. The lower legs and upper legs are very well proportioned. The arms fall just about where they're supposed to. Generally speaking, you want the elbow to line up with the navel. That's about right. You want this knuckle on the thumb to line up with the bottom of his peeper. That's about right. You want the shoulders broader than the waist. Like, they've got basically everything going here, and it looks so much better for it. He doesn't have giant legs. He doesn't have a giant torso. He doesn't have stumpy little arms. He's got basically everything you want. And as soon as I saw the photo of this guy in the promo images, I was like, they made the best Batman yet, and it's this version? Which, granted, looks cool, but it's not freaking Batman. Not really. And so that just bugs me. But hey, they clearly can do it. It just looks so much more like a comic book character. Now, granted, I would still like to see a little bit more. Push it just a little bit farther. We still have very little definition in the muscles. The suit detailing is nice. They have this kind of ribbing going on throughout paneling. That looks good. That's fine. Like, the head sculpt is nice. All the detail work is good. It looks like it's supposed to, but I would like to see them push those muscles out into just like deeper crevices, slightly bulgier muscles, bigger shoulders, broader chest, that kind of thing. Like, let's really get the comic book feel, because that's what these are based on after all. But this is perfectly fine. I like it. I don't like that there's no paint really anywhere to speak of other than where it's absolutely necessary, which is okay. It would be better though if there was some shading or something, like a wash. It would also be better if the abdominal section wasn't super glossy, or at least shiny, satiny, compared to the very flat pectoral and upper abdominal section, so that could be better. But yeah, it looks pretty good. The wrinkling in the cape is nice, other than over here where it's just it's a mess of plastic. You can't tell like where it's supposed to go. Like, this is clearly the edge here, but then on the inside it looks like this is the edge, and it's a very thick chunk of plastic. Don't like that. That didn't need to be there. If you were not going to do it actually to make it look like a fold of a cape, then just don't put that there. We don't need 4 pounds of plastic hanging right here. But otherwise, it looks really, really, really nice. I like it a bunch. Aesthetically speaking, it is by far the best Batman they have released. So for that alone, it gets a bonus point. I was going to say 8, but I'm going to give him a 9 just to encourage the anatomy. The anatomy decisions on here are a lot better. Granted, again, it looks even more better, super more better right here in the image that has it looking significantly better. Like, much more superhero shaped there. Skinnier waist, bigger chest, broader shoulders, smaller head. Like, it looks so much better there. And it already looks good here, but, you know, whatever. So, yeah, 9/8 out of 10 for the aesthetic. As for accessories, we have the clenchy hands that come on them in the package. Then we do get a fist hand for both sides. That is a big win for Batman figures like that. And then we do get the display stand, which it's fine if you want them in a flying pose. It's better than nothing, but they're still really floppy and kind of clunky. But, you know, they're okay. The clamp works well enough. It's a bit clumsy, but it's all right. It's okay. So we get that, and then we get the trading collector / garbage card that I showed you that makes you feel bad about the figure you bought because it looks better every damn time. Luckily, this figure is not an embarrassment like most of them are, but the figure on the card looks so much better. So much better. Some people are saying they're photoshopping the figures on the card to make them have fewer seams and things like that. I think, well, see, they show things on their Instagram where they actually are taking photos of the figure. I was going to say these are probably just 3D renders of the figure before production. But I think you might be right. They are just photoshopping away the seams and stuff. Or at least tightening stuff up. I don't know. Either way, the cards look so good compared to the figures. So accessory-wise, 5 out of 10. Still, you're losing points for the cards, McFarlane. But fist hands and a flight stand are okay. Alright, let's talk about the articulation. The head is on some ball pegs, and he can look up nicely. He can look down nicely. Mine has a nice weird spot on the mold there, so don't pay attention to that. But it moves around nicely, because double ball pegs have always been the best way to articulate a head for any standard type of figure. So there you go. The shoulders are on these ball pegs that connect to the body, but there's no range at all. So just get rid of the caps and make the shoulders bigger to fill the gaps. It rhymes, has to be true. Also, it would look better. We don't need a double shoulder every time when there's no extra range, there's no butterfly motion in there. So you do get to raise the arm up horizontally, a little bit better than horizontal, so that's good. Full rotation, of course. Bicep swivel is fine. We only have a little bit of bicep left behind on the shoulder that time there. Definitely improving. I like that. Double jointed elbow works pretty well. These are separate pieces, by the way, so there's no paint issue. There's no bleed or anything. Wrists are on ball hinges, so that's alright. They are slightly sculpted ball hinges. If you like that, that's fine. To me, it's just a waste of budget, but it's perfectly fine to do, so that's alright. Torso on this guy. Upper torso does not lean back very far and leans forward a little bit. That's an improvement. I'd rather lean forward than back. That's alright. Side to side is very limited. Rotation is okay. Lower torso leans back quite far. That's a ball peg down here underneath his belly button. And it leans forward a little bit, side to side a lot. So yeah, you get some pretty nice range out of this guy. It's a little clumsy in that there's a big gap right here. But it's not bad. It's okay. The diaper is a little bit oversized, I would say. But it's not too bad. It's because they added the belt to the diaper, I guess. But they're definitely improving. It doesn't go halfway up his body like before, so that's a good thing. We have to do a cake rating. Ooh. This Batman has been hitting the gym. Looks like someone took some hams and tried to smuggle them out of the supermarket. He's going to get a 9 out of 10. Way to go, Batman Superman. Good job. Alright, bringing the legs forward. The diaper does have to flex. What the heck is that? That is what you call a tear from pulling the part out of the mold. That's what that looks like to me. That's unfortunate, but you won't have to see that mostly. So the diaper flexes well enough to get that leg up there, and you can finagle it to make it look less goofy. I would say just cut away some of the diaper, just a little bit, so it has to flex less. But you can bring the leg all the way up. That's fine. Bringing the leg back, just a touch, just a little bit, not too much. Going out to the side, it works. The joints are still way too soft. These hips are terrible. Stop making these hips. Or make them way better, like tighter versions of these hips. But as you can see, even as you do this, his diaper is pinching in, and it makes him look weird. So too much diaper. Just trim some of that away, and you'll have a much better range without that weird flexing. But the legs work pretty well aside from being loose. Thigh swivel is, it's just barely there. Double jointed knee works pretty well. I'll take it. And you can see they're a lot closer to the proportioning, like I said. The upper leg is almost the same length as the lower leg and the foot. It's still a little bit long down here. I think that happened in the articulation area, but much better overall proportioning, so that's cool. Ankles are still on ball hinges, but this one's a little better than most. You get 4 notches instead of only 3. Somebody asked me what I meant by that. Well, it's the ratchets. So you have one spot here, 2, 3, 4. It's just where the ratchets allow you to stop to pose the figure. So 4 is better than 3, but it's still a pain in the ass, so don't care for that. You do get a good ankle rocker out of it, of course. And the toe joint on this guy it's a little far back and it's a little loose, but it's acceptable. So easily, by far, their best Batman figure. Except for one thing, which is you can't bring the arms down any lower than this, which isn't too bad. I guess that's okay. I like to be able to get the arms straight down, but this is definitely close enough. So that's fine. I'll give the articulation an 8 on this guy. It's really nice. Compared to most McFarlane figures, it's really, really nice. Yeah, this is definitely the best Batman. It's actually the best Superman figure they've released also, not counting the infected Superman figure, which was pretty solid. And the one that looked like, I almost said Solomon Grundy. Oh my gosh, Bizarro. So, okay, yeah, time for a final verdict on this release. 2 out of 10 because it's not real Batman. No, I'm joking. It's a really good release. Maybe my favorite one from McFarlane to date, because I can't get that damn Asbat. I traveled all over town today trying to find it, and then they didn't have it, even though they were supposed to. But I think I might be getting one sometime later this week, so we'll see. If not, if you have a line on them, let me know. But yeah, this one's going to get an overall rating of, for the price point, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. I still don't like the separate finishes. That's going to distract from it looking good a lot, but it's close to a 9 out of 10. The fan in me wants it to be a 9, but the reviewer is like, no, we have to be fair. So 8 out of 10, but easily you could convince me it should be a 9. It's really, really good. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. And if you haven't subscribed, you should. I have new videos every day but Wednesday, and thousands already on the channel. So make sure you come back for all of that. In the meantime, keep collecting.